I feel like with the third episode, Veronica's Closet is definitely finding its feet. There were a few actual laugh out loud moments in this, which I don't think had happened since A Crivets, which was the previous episode. And I feel like the characters are being a lot more established, and I rather enjoyed it. This episode is Veronica's husband won't leave. And I won't spoil anything in this episode, in this discussion rather, but there will be spoilers for the previous episodes. And Bryce, despite cheating on Ronnie, is desperate to get her attention and desperate to get her to listen to him and to let him stay. And she's very confused and very conflicted and doesn't know what to do because she still feels like she loves him and he's good for the business, but also he cheated on her, so why should she let him stay? And Bryce ends up doing some pretty drastic things to try and convince her that he needs to stay, but whether or not she does, I'm not going to say. But I think the character development there is pretty good. I think we're getting a nice insight into Ronnie's take on their relationship and what it meant to her and what it does mean to her now, or how she feels about things. Bryce as a character is definitely unlikable in the right ways. Part of me thinks, yeah, he could redeem himself, but do I want him to? Part of me hopes that ultimately Veronica leaves him, but I don't know. This is the first time I'm watching the show all the way through, so I don't know if that will happen. But my prediction is that ultimately he will leave the show at some point. We get a proper meet of Buddy, who is Ronnie's dog, and Buddy has mobility problems, so he's got wheels on his back legs, and it's absolutely adorable. There are a lot of jokes surrounding that. It's not kept as the elephant in the room, because for a sitcom that would be really awkward if there's this poor little dog with wheels on its legs and nobody acknowledged it. So they do make jokes of it, but in a way that's very affectionate and very loving, and I absolutely adore Buddy. I really kind of like Josh going to Ronnie's house to help her. Definitely, what I've noticed with the show is there's a really good balance between scenes set in Ronnie's house and scenes set at the office. And I think they've got that balance perfectly, and hopefully that will continue. We have a couple of really small subplots here. The first one is about a model who may have certain anatomical parts, and I feel like they didn't milk that too much, which may be a really awkward choice of word, but I feel like they didn't do that too over the top, but it was definitely in there to just break up the main narrative, which, let's face it, cheating husband, kind of a serious topic. And Olive's also getting her own bathroom, and just how that concluded. The last scene involving that, it entertained me a lot. I really liked it. So Veronica's Husband Won't Leave is a really good third episode. Really thoroughly enjoying it. Definitely took a little bit of time to get into the show, which is understandable. Well, I think 3 episodes in, and I'm already quite keen to watch the next episode. So I have quite high hopes. So far, I can kind of see why it was commissioned for 3 seasons. I still don't love it as much as Fat Actress or Kirstie, but I feel like the potential is absolutely there.